All right, how many of you, show of hands, are out there doing video conference calls all day, every day? I do probably about, maybe 60 a week. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. So during this time, I've learned a lot of things. I want to share with you 5 best practices that can help you in video conference calls now until the end of time. And the way things are going, we might be here in the video conference world until time ends. So you want to know more about this? Stick around, it's coming up next. Hey everybody, Michael FT9. So today I want to talk to you about the top 5 video conference best practices. So these are 5 things. I want to start with the 5th one, which is the least most important. So they're all important. This is the lesser of the 5. I don't know, whatever. Then I'm gonna talk about 5 things. I'll start with the 5th one and I'll go all the way to number 1. All right, let's dive in. All right, number 5, have a backup headset. If you are using a Bluetooth headset, definitely have a wired backup. Your battery will die at the worst time. So I see this quite frequently, believe it or not. There's probably at least 2 or 3 times a month that I'm seeing someone where this happens. They have those big noise canceling headsets and constantly, it always happens again, 3 or 4 times a month, that they die, right? And so they got to scrambling to try to find something else to plug into their laptop. So I recommend having one of those wired headsets handy, just in case that fails, just plug it right in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Is that right? I think that's right. Let's go with it. All right, let's dive into the next one. Number 4, beware of background noise. So noise canceling headphones don't actually cancel out your background noise to others on the call. I was just talking about how people have these noise canceling headsets, these Bluetooth ones, and they forget that it just cancels out the sound around them, but the microphone, it's still in your laptop. Like, it's still there. Some of them have them embedded in the headset, but not all do. So just be aware of that. Maybe you can't hear anything around you, but everyone else can. So what that basically means is every sound around you is still being permeated to your laptop. Now, in your world, like, this is amazing. I can't hear anything unless what someone's telling me. But that's not true for everyone else on the call. So just keep that in mind. Let me break here real quick, because I said headphones and headset. Let's define these 2 things. Headphones are just for sound. There's no microphone built into them. A headset, they typically have a piece that extends outward. That is the microphone, and that helps eliminate other sounds, okay? So ideally you want a headset, not headphones. The majority of people have headphones. Next one up, 3, lights on in front of you. Put yourself in front of your light source. So what do I mean? Let's look at the example. Is that even me? That's weird. So that's why you want to make sure you're in front of your light source. Now this is if your video on. Now a lot of times people aren't using video because there's video fatigue, and I get that. But if you're going to use video, make sure that the light source is in front of you. Number 2, look at the camera. Remember to look at the camera, not just the person's picture on your screen. So I see this a lot with my team. There's 2 members of my team, and this, maybe 3. There's a few people on my team that do this. They don't look at the camera. They do this. They're looking at me. And they're just like, And I'm like, I told one of them, I'm like, hey, you should look at the camera. And she's like, oh, what do you mean? I go, yeah, look at the camera. And she's like, whoa, no, I'm looking at you. I go, I know, but it's distracting because you're not literally looking at me. You're looking at me on your laptop, not literally looking at me. And she was like, oh, okay, that's weird. I'm like, I know it's kind of weird, but it's something you should definitely do. And also I see this many times. People are looking up and to the right. Generally speaking, they're looking at themselves. Right? So they're like, oh yeah, I totally think we should do that. And I'm like, that's a dead giveaway, right? But anyway, try your best to look at the camera. Now, obviously you don't need to stare at the whole time. So what I do is I'll look away, I'll look back at the camera. When I'm trying to make a point, like I'm making right now, I'll stare at the camera. So I like using video because it allows me to connect to my team. And looking at the camera shows just one more connection point, allows them to feel a little more connected to me, even though right now, because of the distance and how remote we are, we're not. It just helps a little. So I encourage you to do the same. Last one, and this one, honestly, I'm super guilty of. Avoid distractions. Like, I'm really bad about this. Now, if you think about pre-COVID when we're in a meeting, the only big distraction was this, your cell phone, right? But now, the big distraction is this, your laptop. The laptop is massive distraction because there's so many things happening on it. You have emails, you have Slack messages, you have emails with Slack messages, you have videos, you have so many different things happening. So you're on a video call, there's so many things that are happening. It happens to me a lot where like my manager is messaging me and I'm on a call and I'm like, I should respond because this is quite pressing. As opposed to when you're in a meeting in person, you might have your cell phone muted or you leave it in your office or your desk. Now that's not in play. So do your best to avoid distractions. All right, instead of me just talking about it, let's look at an example. Hey, Maddie, thanks for joining me. I know it's last minute. I know these meetings aren't like the greatest thing because it's like, oh, thanks, I got plans, but I appreciate you joining. I kind of get some feedback from you before I do that. So like, this is like really, really critical. Like, I don't know, okay. I'm getting really grilled. And believe it or not, problematic. They actually like, we're like professionals, clearly. Right? All right, so, I mean, Maddie, I know I said a lot. Sorry for the monologue. I mean, I never monologue. Do that a lot, right? Which one do you think we should choose? Like, honestly, this is probably one of the biggest decisions we have to make. I don't know, what are your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, we should do that.
So that's something that picks distractions. And again, like I said before, I'm not the best at it. I've struggled with this too, but this is the number one thing I see. If you can avoid it, you're better off than the vast majority of people out there. So those are the top 5 video conference best practices I want to share with you today. This is a new category for me. I'm calling this lifestyle. Now someone's like, hey Michael, what do you put in lifestyle? I'm like, I don't know, video about best practice for a video conference? Maybe, that sounds good. And they're like, well, okay. Is this lifestyle? I don't even really know. I'm calling it lifestyle. If you disagree, comment down below. Be like, no dude, this is not lifestyle. This is clearly, well, whatever it is. But if you like this video, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you like this content or other content I produce. In addition, hit the bell icon wherever it is. I swear to science, I think it's here in mobile and I should remember this in the future. I probably never will. But in summary, it's somewhere. Hit the bell icon to be reminded when I create videos like this in the future. All right, that's it for me, everybody. I'll chat with you next time. Bye. Stick around. This is gonna be a good one. Stick around. This is gonna be a good one. Coming up next. Ugh. Stick around. I got a good video. Stick around. This is gonna be an amazing video. And guess what? It's coming up next. All right, Matt, I think I got something good there.